OnlyJayus has returned after a 4-year hiatus, with one of the most disturbing and controversial videos to date. It's titled "X Called Me a Liar, Let's Address It," and goes through the biggest mistakes and arguments that destroyed her entire career.
You're no better than Nick, you loser. Y'all, this girl is almost 15. I don't know if you can do math, but that means 14 years old. Said, shut the up. You're a child. You are a child.
At first, it sounds like she's finally explaining everything. She literally says this is the full context.
I'm not gonna let it go because full context matters, especially when new information comes out.
And on the surface, that sounds fair. Because after everything that happened back in 2021, this should be the moment where she clears things up. But the more you watch, the more you realize this video isn't actually explaining anything. Instead of walking through what happened, she jumps straight into this.
Let's rapid fire all the lies that get spread about me. Aren't you racist? No. I did say slurs as a teenager though, which was racist and homophobic and probably a bunch of other things, but you know what? A lot can change about a person in 11 years. Well, don't you have a domestic violence charge and a restraining order on you? No, we went to court and I won because it was bullshit. Well, don't you support all men? No, what the fuck? You're a Satanist. I mean, I read the Satan commandments and they seem pretty fine to me, man. That makes more sense than the Christian shit, so sure. You copy all your content. I make fun fact content. I read facts online and then I put them in video form.
It's not a breakdown, it's a defense. And that's where things start to feel familiar. Because if you were around when she originally got cancelled, this is exactly how it went back then too. Not one clear explanation, not one moment of accountability. Just denial after denial after denial. And once you notice that, everything else in this video starts to make a lot more sense. But to put into context as to why she's so hated in the first place, we have to quickly revisit what made her so controversial. OnlyJayus seemed like she was once one of the smartest creators on TikTok. Her videos were fast, informative, and somehow always just interesting enough to keep you watching until the end.
Go up to your crush and ask them what their favorite movie is, and no matter what they say, just tell them that you haven't seen it. And if they're like, oh my god, we should watch it sometime, they like you. But if they're like, oh my god, you should totally watch it, no.
And for a while, that worked. She built an audience of over 17 million followers, expanded to YouTube, landed major brand deals, and quickly became one of the most recognizable creators to exist. But now, she's barely pulling views, her audience has completely turned on her, and almost every opportunity she once had is gone. Because every time she got called out, she didn't fix it. She made it worse.
Please leave me the f*** alone!
And over time, that turned one of the most respected creators on the platform into someone the internet genuinely doesn't trust anymore. Which is proven when there's petitions with almost 500,000 people signing that they want her to quit uploading videos. I'm Indart, and as always, make sure to subscribe with notifications on. If you weren't around during her peak, OnlyJayus, real name Bella Rose, built her entire brand around short, fast-paced videos explaining random facts and life advice.
Use an ice cube to get gum out of the hair, okay? Because it hardens it up and makes it easier to get out.
It was simple, but it worked. The information sounded believable, and most importantly, it felt like you were actually learning something, which is exactly why people trusted her. And that trust is what made everything that came next so much worse. Because in early 2021, that entire image collapsed overnight. Private messages were leaked showing Jayus using extremely aggressive and offensive language, including racial slurs and personal attacks directed at another creator. Within hours, the internet turned on her. Her comment sections were filled with outrage, and even people who had never heard of her were suddenly talking about it. What's the deal with OnlyJayus? What happened that everyone on TikTok is so mad about? But there was still time for Jayus to make her way out. If she uploaded a genuine apology, taking full accountability, and directly addressed who she targeted in those messages, the community might have let her slide. But that's not what happened. Instead, OnlyJayus stayed silent. She started deleting comments on her videos, calling her out, blocking random users, and acting like nothing had happened. And that silence made everything worse, because when she finally did respond, it didn't feel real. She posted a short apology video, admitting she had said harmful things and claiming she was ashamed.
In my past, I said disgusting things to people, and I am so ashamed of myself for using racist rhetoric and derogatory language to hurt others.
But there were a few problems. She never addressed the person directly, the tone felt scripted, and it took days for her to even say nothing at all. Almost immediately, people started calling it out. Videos like this one started going viral, claiming that she forcefully made herself look more upset just for the viewers, whereas other black creators began pointing out that the apology didn't even feel like accountability at all.
You literally say you've been trying to stop being racist for 5 years. That is not an excuse to be racist, bro. How you gonna put up an apology video then backtrack your apology on the phone with someone?
And this is where the real downfall started. After the apology, she attempted to show she was learning by reading books about racism and posting about them publicly. But the way it was done made it feel performative, like she was trying to prove something rather than actually understand it. She also announced that she was going to collaborate with black creators to help amplify their voices, which, in theory, sounds like a good step. Except she never followed through. One of the creators she was going to collab with later came forward saying that OnlyJayus completely ignored all of her messages.
Now, you become a mutual of mine after your whole N-word debacle. Said you want to collaborate with me. We email, and suddenly you've dropped off the face of the earth. So, are black people just tokens for you to use when you're ready to play? If you were really truly sorry about what you said, you would not have lied and said you were going to do something you clearly aren't trying to do.
And this is what confirmed what people were already starting to suspect. This entire situation was nothing more than a big performance in an attempt to rebuild her image. And instead of fixing that, OnlyJayus doubled down. She responded to the criticism with pure anger, acting like people were overreacting and even mocking the situation.
Today's episode of What Are People Mad at Me For Now? Not checking my emails in a timely manner. I wish I was joking. Forgot to respond to an email from this creator that wanted to collab with me, and instead of just like hitting me up again, they made 7 videos about it! Can you please leave me the alone?
At one point, she blamed her failure to respond on a neurological disorder, saying she struggled with time management and communication.
I have a diagnosed neurological disorder that makes me forget things and procrastinate due to time blindness. I procrastinate sleep for more days. I barely text my family back, and I just had to move apartments because my address got leaked, and you're gonna throw a fit because I didn't make you my priority?
But by this point, it didn't matter what the explanation was. Every response she gave just pushed people further away. From that point on, a pattern started to form. Every time she got called out, she didn't take responsibility. She deflected, minimized, or turned it into a joke. And once people noticed that pattern, it's almost impossible to come back from. Because now, every new controversy doesn't feel like a mistake. It feels expected. And that's exactly what happened next. At one point, she posted a video joking about what to do if a service dog approaches you without its owner. Instead of treating it seriously, JayUs made a joke implying you could take advantage of the situation.
If a service dog ever approaches you but they're alone, that means that their owner's in trouble and they probably can't move, so you should follow him, because you'll get a free wallet.
Obviously, this was meant as a joke, but given her already abysmal past, people just didn't see it that way. Especially those with disabilities, who explained how dangerous and insensitive that kind of message actually is.
Are you so dense that you don't realize that you have over 10 million followers? And out of that 10 million, there are most likely shitty people who will take this joke that you're making and make it into a reason why they thought it was okay to actually do that to someone.
And once again, she had a chance to fix it. But instead of apologizing, she doubled down, telling people to read the caption and implying that they were overreacting. Then came another major shift that nobody saw coming. People started looking into her content more closely, and what they found completely changed how she was seen. Multiple videos that she had posted, even some of her most popular ones, were discovered to be heavily copied from Reddit threads, articles, and other creators. The keyword here is not inspired, but copied. They contained the same structure and often used identical sentences. At times, it felt like she wasn't even trying to hide it.
This is what to do in case of a nuclear attack from Russia. Okay, boom, the bomb exploded, you have to act immediately. First of all, don't look at the flash because it's going to blind you. If you don't have a chance to get to a shelter, your safest bet is to lay down face down and cover your head.
I'm gonna teach you how to survive a nuclear bomb. Boom, the bomb went off, you have to act fast, okay? First things first, don't look at the flash, it'll blind you. And if you can't find shelter, your best bet is going to be to lay down on the ground, face down, covering your head and ears.
Have to understand there's still X-rays, gamma rays, beta rays. They're gonna be actively burning you alive. It's not gonna feel good, but you have to survive.
And like I said, there's gonna be X-rays, but also gamma rays and thermal rays, which are not going to feel good. They're going to be actively burning you. It doesn't matter, you have to get up, fight through the pain, and just find shelter.
Again, she denied it, saying that they both just used the same sources. But then things took an even worse turn, when one creator actually broke down her proof.
I actually haven't even sat down and found the screenshot yet.
Oh really? Because the Reddit thread is bookmarked.
Shows how much my number.
Fake scrolling.
There's gotta
You
be
know where
well
it is.
over, like, I found the screenshot. It's this one. And I took this screenshot March 20th, 2020.
The date thing is meaningless. Here's a fake post we made, and this is how easy it was for us to change the date.
At this point, everyone was aware she was trying to cover it up, and that completely destroyed whatever credibility she had left. Brands started pulling away and stopped working with her, and that's usually how you know it's serious, because companies don't want to be associated with controversy that keeps getting worse. And from there, her videos, which often pulled in over 30 million views, started struggling to hit even a fraction of that. She basically fell off for an entire 4 years, and only recently she's tried to come back, posting more consistently and switching content styles to literally anything at all, unraveling the dark side of brain rot, how to protest effectively, gender is a scam, AI is destroying the world, why foster care and human trafficking are the same, the list just goes on and on. But it's not landing. These videos barely struggle to receive over 10,000 views, and for a channel with almost 5 million subscribers, that's an awful conversion rate. After everything that happened, years of backlash, losing sponsors, and completely falling off, she disappeared. Until recently, because now, OnlyJayus is back, with a video titled "X Called Me a Liar, Let's Address It," where she claims she's finally going to explain everything. Now, this video isn't about her old controversies. It's about a completely different situation, involving her ex-partner, Matty. This is someone that she used to be in a relationship with and who's now publicly calling her out. JayUs is being accused of lying, misrepresenting parts of their relationship, and having some pretty questionable timelines. And instead of ignoring it, she decides to address all of it in one video. At first, it actually sounds reasonable.
I'm not gonna let it go because full context matters, especially when new information comes out.
Like she's finally going to take accountability, clear everything up, and give her side of the story without dodging anything. But the more you watch, the more it starts to feel familiar. Because almost immediately,
Let's rapid fire all the lies that get spread about me. Aren't you racist? No. Didn't you cheat on your ex-girlfriend? No. Well, don't you have a domestic violence charge and a restraining order on you? No. Well, don't you support all men? No. What the f?
it's not just one accusation being explained. And this is where things start to shift. Because instead of the video getting clearer, it actually gets more confusing.
These minors had Maddie's phone number. Minors had Maddie's phone number. You gave minors your phone number.
And this is where things get even more uncomfortable.
And we're walking away, we're like, oh my God, she's so pretty. And in my head, I'm like, she's so young. I remember them saying that Amara was like really pretty. And my first thought was she's like really young. And she has a boyfriend. My guess is Maddie did wait until this teenage girl turned 18 to start dating them. A 23-year-old waited for a 17-year-old to turn 18 because they're not stupid, they're just creepy, okay?
The two that had met online were flirting over text for quite some time, but then this happens.
Wait, dude, how old are you? This is the first green flag that we get from Maddie Westbrook so far. 18. Dude, are you not? No! 16? Y'all, this girl is almost 15. I don't know if you can do math, but that means 14 years old. Said, shut the f up. You're a child. You are a child.
Well, eventually, Matty had to respond to the situation.
So I want to start this off by saying that I never wanted to give any attention to the blatant lies that are being told about me right now. But I really cannot stay quiet any longer about the serious accusations that are being made against me.
And this is where things get complicated. Because at this point, it's not clear who's telling the truth. But what is clear is how she chooses to handle it. JayUs wasn't in a good mental state when all of this happened.
And I was losing my mind. I was not in a good place mentally. I just lost the person that I'd been with. They were f***ing cheating on me. They ghosted me after this. I'm clearly not doing good.
And then the video shifts again. Because now she's admitting that this entire time, it's been messing her up completely.
I haven't felt like this in so long. I'm okay. I am okay. But I haven't felt like this feeling of like knowing I'm being gaslit, that you're lying to other people, that you're just gonna, this doesn't feel good. This doesn't feel good.
But by the end of the video, everything starts to come full circle.
But if you're watching this and you're like, OnlyJayus, you're a liar, then cancel me. Like, I don't care. Like, I really, like, if the internet is really just determined to think that I'm always lying and that I'm making shit up and I'm not trustworthy and I'm a bad person, then go for it. I'll just be that. I don't care.